Dishonored 2 came out a little over 4 years ago, and as we all know in gamer time, that's practically ancient history. I came, I saw, I gamed. But there's one thing I want to say about this game. It sucks. At not being one of my favorite games of all time, I'm sure if you played this game, you were worried when I said that, but have no fear. I love the Dishonored series. They are such great games. I mean, they're so unique. There's nothing like them. Dishonored 1, beautiful. Masterpiece. Dishonored 2, beautifuler, masterpiecefuler. They're so good. And I said, hey, what a beautiful day to talk about Dishonored 2 since Deathloop is coming out right around the corner, which is made by the same developer, Arcane Studios. I'm gonna quickly go over the story of this game. It's not groundbreaking, but it's decent enough. And it's not really the main thing I want to talk about in this video. So here it goes. You lose the throne to your long lost hot goth aunt and you gotta take it back. The Outsider also gives you powers to help you out. Okay, now we can talk about what makes this game really shine. The ability to play how you want. The choices you can make in this game aren't so straightforward. You're gonna be choosing what powers to use, how to progress to the amazing levels, and how you take out the enemies. You get different powers depending on who you play as, Emily or Corvo. If you beat the game, you can go run through with both powers, but each character is equally enjoyable and they both have some pretty strong powers. We got Blink, we got Far Reach, we got Dark Vision, we got Possession, Domino, Shadow Walk, Doppelganger, Mesmerize, Airbending, Rat Bending, and Time Bending. You can do so many things with these abilities. One of my favorites is you got Emily's Domino ability. You link some bad guys together, you knock out one, they're all done for. You can combo this with Emily's Shadow Clone. You link it to yourself, you choke yourself out, the bad guys are choked out. You didn't even touch them, you touched yourself. Finding a cool combination and use of powers is pretty nifty and really nails the feeling of having these powers of a void assassin. You're going to start the game with very little powers, however, and as you go through the game, you're going to find upgrades for them, and oh my gosh, these things get so much stronger. I mean, slow time is pretty good by itself, but if you upgrade it, it becomes stop time. It's one of the strongest abilities in the game, and so many other abilities get insanely strong as well. By the end of the game, if you've been upgrading your stuff, you're going to be taking out people left and right, no sweat, and it makes you feel like a god gamer. You also get a couple gadgets. You got your crossbow, which shoots different types of darts. You got your sleep dart, you got your kill dart, you got your incendiary dart, and a couple others. And then you got classics such as gun and grenade, sticky grenade. You got some mines here and there, all great stuff to work with. You may be thinking all these powers, you're like, wow, this game really wants you to do stealth, but that is wrong, you guys. I play stealth in my playthroughs, that's just the way I am. But when my friend plays, he's just running around stabbing everyone, shooting civilians in the face, breaking every glass bottle he can find. And there's just nothing wrong about that either. You play how you want to play. Whatever is the most fun for you, you cannot go wrong. And each playstyle is super rewarding in its own way. Stealth, you get the satisfaction of not alerting anyone and making your way through the map silently. And if you're going all out combat, the sword fighting in this game is actually really well done. The kill animations are really over the top and brutal and just really sick to see. Getting a really good parry on someone and then just slicing their head off, I mean, it never gets old. There's also a little recap screen at the end of every mission that shows your performance, what you collected, and any special actions you took. Like I said before, this game is about taking back the throne and getting your honor back, but it's also a story about revenge, and that plays heavily with how you can take out these targets. I can't remember the saying, revenge is a dish best served whatever, hot, cold, but this time we're serving it spicy. You can kill the targets if you want, that's all fine and dandy, but the game gives you the option to really put these targets through their own personal hell. My favorite example of this is when dealing with the Duke of Serkonos. He has a body double that you can talk to set up a betrayal. You can make people think that the body double is the real Duke and that the real Duke is the body double. And then the real Duke will be like, ah, dude, I'm the real Duke. He's the body double. But nobody will believe him and he'll go to an insane asylum. And I know what you're thinking, that was a great impression. Thank you very much. Okay, all this cool gameplay, all these neat little powers are meaningless without the playground to use them. And boy, oh boy, does this game have like the best playground around. And I'm not even gonna call it a playground. It's more like you're just running around in the woods behind your house and having just a great time using your imagination and discovering everything there is. And just like the gameplay, the amount of choices with how you traverse the map is simply outstanding. It's not overwhelming, it's just the right amount. And what I mean by this is that there's a lot of ways to get from point A to point B, and even on the way you might end up going to point C, you don't even know it. You can go high and jump from building to building. You can go low, take it through the streets, go midway, go through the buildings, find some secret basements, even swim in the ocean if you want to. I've played this game like 3 times and I'm still discovering new ways to get through these maps. They also give you the perfect tools to be mobile through the use of Corvo's Blink and Emily's Far Reach. These things are snappy, they're fun, they're quick. I feel like a ninja when I'm using them. These levels are open, but not empty. Every inch of the map is filled with something meaningful that you're going to discover and explore. You're going to be finding tons of lore books, some secret pathways, some things that are just able to tell you a story without even saying anything at all. Karnaca, which is the setting for this game, is alive. Things are happening. NPCs are having conversations with each other. Guards talk aloud to themselves. There's stories going on behind the scenes. You can find some robbers trying to blow their way into a shop using whale oil. Or maybe you have some civilians being harassed by some guards that you can save. There's even little shops in some of these levels where you can buy upgrades and supplies. The morality system of this game, which is influenced by your decision to be high kill or no kill, is going to affect the world around you as well. If you're killing a bunch of people, there's going to be a darker ending. There's going to be more blood flies and rats around the streets. And if you don't kill anyone, Karnaca is going to be a much more pleasant place and you get a nice little ending. Let's take a moment now to delve into some of these levels and talk about what makes them so unique. Mission 4, the Clockwork Mansion. You infiltrate a mansion created by the greatest inventor and most evilest dude, Kirin Jindosh. The unique elements to this level is that the rooms are going to be mechanically altered and new pathways are going to be opened up by doing this, and new enemies are going to be revealed as well. It puts you in a really cool mechanical maze where you're going to be shifting the rooms around to solve puzzles and work your way to the target. Right off the bat, this mission is going to introduce you to a choice that most players aren't even going to be aware of their first playthrough. When you step foot in the first room, Kirin Jindosh is going to detect you instantly, and this is what sets off the mechanism to change the rooms. And when you finally work your way through, Jindosh is going to know you're there, he's going to have guards around him, and he's going to be pacing back and forth waiting for your arrival. However, if you never step foot in the first room, shoot out the window above you, and teleport up there, you're now behind the walls, and you can assassinate Jindosh without him even knowing you're there. And just like this example, there's going to be a lot of other choices, like maybe you got to get past a gate, why not turn into a rat and sneak by? You gotta get past the gate again, why not turn into a fish this time and sneak by? I don't know why, I just really like going through the little sewer tunnels for some reason. But honestly, the level always provides you multiple ways to get past whatever challenge it throws at you. And these levels don't just have function, they have form as well. They're beautiful, they look like as if they're sculpted by Michelangelo himself. Each level has a unique look, the backdrops are gorgeous, even far away things are looking good. Karnaca is much more vibrant and colorful compared to the dreariness of Dunwall from the first game. But the color palette can still switch to the first game to reveal some bleakness in some of these maps, and you can even play in black and white if you want to. Something about this game is just art design and graphics. I mean, they're somewhat timeless. Some of the lighting in these areas, breathtaking. You got some reflections on these metal, the water looks good. What else is there to say? The models of the guards, their faces, they're ugly. They make you want to kill them. I mean, I'm not really sure what you would call this setting. It's like steampunk industrialist, but I'm a big fan. But wrapping it up, Dishonored 2 falls under a genre known as immersive sim. I mean, it's still an action adventure game, but immersive sim really encapsulates what this kind of game is about. And there's no true definition for this term, but what I've come to know it as after watching a few videos on the topic is that the game tells the player what to do without telling them how to do it. And as I've shown you throughout the video, with Dishonored 2, you're gonna have a lot of freedom to do what you want. Games such as Hitman, Deus Ex, Prey, Bioshock, Metal Gear Solid 5, they're all immersive sims as well. And just like Dishonored 2, they all rely on the creativity of the player to use the tools and environment any way they see fit. For an example, in Hitman 2, my creativity usually involves trying to beat the levels only using the fish. And that's pretty much it. I just think Dishonored 2 is a pretty good game. Definitely a 9 out of 10 for me. It's on Xbox Games Pass right now if you want to check it out. And I'm a little excited for Deathloop, and I want to see more of these types of games. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Have a good day. I appreciate you.